Hello and welcome to English Parliamentary News. I'm Septia Chaniago. In this edition, we'll present all the latest and interesting information around the House of Representatives of the Republic of Indonesia. The COVID-19 Task Force of the House of Representatives coordinate with Muhammadiyah Central Executive in order to implement the new normal. One of the input is about health protocol implementation in places of worship. Speaking after the discussion with Muhammadiyah Central Executive, Vice Speaker of the House and also the coordinator of the House's COVID-19 Task Force, Sumfi Dasko Ahmad Convies, the task force discusses with different religious organizations concerning the easing of large-scale social restriction or PSBB. Sumfi Dasko continues, many feedbacks have been received, especially regarding the health protocol in places of worship as well as pilgrimage.
Kami datang ke PP Muhammadiyah, itu kemudian diskusi banyak soal bagaimana pelaksanaan atau protokol COVID nanti kalau seandainya PSBB dilonggarkan itu di rumah-rumah ibadah. Kemudian apakah waktunya sudah pas atau belum? Lalu kemudian kami juga membahas bagaimana soal ibadah haji.
The General Secretary of Muhammadiyah Central Executive, Abdul Mu'ti, says Muhammadiyah appeals the government to explain clearly to the public about the concept of new normal because a clear presentation will not cause misunderstanding among the community.
Jadi Muhammadiyah sejak awal menyampaikan agar konsep mengenai relaksasi, konsep mengenai new normal dan berbagai pernyataan yang disampaikan para pejabat itu disampaikan secara jelas kepada masyarakat.
Zikri Yaserto Denus and Septia TVR Parliament report. The COVID-19 Task Force of the House of Representatives calls on the government to pay more attention to facilities and infrastructures of health protocols in houses of worship. Speaking while the House's COVID-19 Task Force visit the Indonesian Communion of Churches or PGI at Graha Oikumene, Jakarta, Vice Speaker of the House, who is also the coordinator of the House's COVID-19 Task Force, Sumfi Dasko Ahmad states, the visit to PGI is aimed to discuss about normalizing the operation of houses of worship in the middle of COVID-19 pandemic.
Adalah Persatuan Gereja-Gereja Indonesia juga mensyaratkan di rumah-rumah ibadah di bawah PGI itu apabila kemudian nanti akan dinormalkan fungsinya, itu soal sarana-prasarana protokol COVID-19 agar dapat mendapat perhatian dari pemerintah dalam melengkapinya.
The chairman of PGI, Gomar Gultom, appreciates the parliament for forming the task force and goes straight to the field. It shows Indonesia's commitment in tackling the pandemic together. He says, in facing new normal, PGI is ready to follow health standards regulation from the government.
Bagaimana sebaiknya kita maju dalam draft bersama antara pemerintah, parlemen, dan seluruh elemen masyarakat. Ada prasyarat-prasyarat yang ditentukan dalam memasuki apa yang disebut dengan the new normal itu oleh WHO, dan sebaiknya itu juga kita patuhi dalam kerangka pelonggaran atau relaksasi.
Zikri Yaserto Denus and Septia TVR Parliament report. Member of Commission 1 of the House, Yan Permenas Mandenas, hopes the selected ambassadors will contribute to the development of Indonesia. Member of Commission 1 of the House, Yan Permenas Mandenas, says all prospective ambassadors in Indonesia must be able to present themselves during the fit and proper tests in the parliament. According to Yan, all prospective ambassadors must give positive impact on diplomatic relations and maintain political, legal, and security stability to strengthen the economy.
mereka tetap harus melakukan terobosan-terobosan baru dengan konsep yang baik untuk menjawab tantangan hari ini. Bahwa hari ini adalah Indonesia ini harus bersaing di bidang teknologi dan informasi. IT paling utama hari ini. Ya. Kemudian yang kedua adalah kita harus juga bisa mengembangkan produk-produk dalam negeri. Terutama kita kembangkan potensi kita dalam negeri untuk menjaga ketahanan pangan.
Jan also asked the ambassadors who are currently on duty to communicate with COVID-19 task force in informing Indonesian citizens in their respective countries. He stresses Indonesian citizens who are currently abroad must still get attention from the government.
Harapan kami ke depannya, Dubes-Dubes ini juga harus bersinergi dengan gugus tugas untuk memberikan informasi dan data terkait dengan perkembangan WNI kita yang di luar, ya, entah ada yang positif, yang meninggal, atau ada yang sembuh, atau ada yang dalam pengawasan pun juga harus diinformasikan kepada gugus tugas sehingga data yang dipublish di dalam negeri benar-benar data yang memang sudah mengcover WNI kita.
Nadia Kanaya and Septia, TVR Parliament report. The Vice Chairman of Legislation Committee of the House, Willy Aditya, says the Job Creation Bill greatly supports the development of research and innovation in Indonesia. Speaking after the virtual meeting to discuss about the Job Creation Bill of Law in Parliament Building, Senayan, Jakarta, Vice Chairman of the Legislation Committee of the House, Willy Aditya, assesses the bill needs to be improved, especially the chapters that concerns research and innovation, because the business world can be developed to the progress of research and innovation in Indonesia. Willy assesses industry and universities' quality in Indonesia are still very low under Philippines, Malaysia, Vietnam, and Thailand.
Sebuah negara yang maju itu butuh scientific approach, apalagi ini undang-undang untuk kemudahan berusaha, penciptaan lapangan pekerjaan, kemajuan dunia industri kita. Tentu harus ada pendekatan yang lebih komprehensif. Nah, juga koperasi juga syarat pendiriannya kemarin cuma 5 orang bisa mendirikan koperasi, banyak catatan lah.
Member of the Legislation Committee of the House, Sodik Mujahid, says every fraction in the Parliament wishes the improvement in the business world and labor's welfare with the presence of the Job Creation Bill. Sodik hopes this bill will create new business in Indonesia, supported by the development of research and technology, so that the innovation will prosper the people.
Kalau sebelumnya katakanlah agak sedikit menyudutkan tenaga kerja, maka setelah kita rundingan ingin dicari titik temu. Ya, investasi jalan terus, industri jalan terus, tapi hak-hak mereka itu juga tidak diabaikan, harus kita pertahankan. Prinsip dasarnya seperti itu.
TVR Parliament Team report. The Legislation Committee of the House has agreed the discussion of the Job Creation Bill of Law to be held openly, so the public can see the process that takes place in the House. Speaking after the virtual meeting discussing the Job Creation Bill of Law in Nusantara 1 building of the House, Senayan, Jakarta, Vice Chairman of the Legislation Committee of the House, Willy Aditya, states the Legislation Committee of the House holds a discussion meeting about the Job Creation Bill openly and transparently, so the bill discussion could be witnessed by the public. He assures nothing is hidden in this bill discussion, and he invites the public to give their inputs.
Sudah bersepakat ya untuk kemudian melakukan sidang-sidang dengan terbuka. Atau hari ini juga sidangnya terbuka dan kemudian juga disiarkan secara langsung melalui TV Parlemen dan sosmed Parlemen. Untuk kemudian partisipasi publik itu terpenuhi di dalam hal ini. Bahkan kita juga mengundang masyarakat secara terbuka untuk memberikan pandangan, masukan.
In the midst of criticism that assumed the discussion of Job Creation Bill not transparent, Will explains all elements in the Parliament continue to make efforts to discuss the bill transparently. According to Willy, various parties are involved in the process of the discussion, such as trade unions, human rights and environmental activists. considering the bill will touch the life of all Indonesian people.
Bagaimana antusiasme kepada RUU ini sangat tinggi ya, dan tidak ada hal yang ditutup-tutupi, tidak ada main petak umpet gitu ya, bahwasanya ini semua hal terbuka ya.
TVR Parliament Team report. Member of Commission 11 of the House assesses, in addition to tackling the COVID-19 pandemic, the government is preparing to face a budget deficit more than 6% of gross domestic income. Member of Commission 11 of the House, Ramzan Siagian, explains the needs of the community in the form of social security is the main reason for the deficit. The budget allocation is submitted and discussed gradually between the government and the parliament. Ramzan conveys most of the COVID-19 pandemic prevention budget is allocated during the implementation of the large-scale social distancing or PSBB, both in cash and food assistance.
6,27% atau 1.028,5 atau 1.028 triliun 500 miliar. Sebulan lebih yang lalu yang diajukan masih 5,07%, yaitu 852,9 triliun. Jadi dalam waktu sebulan ada perubahan defisit.
Ramzan Siagian continues, the healthcare budget for the third economic stimulus has not been significantly increased in the amount of 78.5 trillion rupiah, while the budget for social security net is more than 232 trillion rupiah.
Itu yang namanya bansos-bansos itu, yang dulu social safety net, sama juga untuk logistik, totalnya 232,27 triliun. Itu PKH, sembako.
Alda Gustari and Septia, TVR Parliament, report. Member of Commission 8 of the House, Ali Taher, visits the citizen in Pondok Cabe Ilir, South Tangerang, Banten, to provide social assistance in the form of basic necessities and masks from the Social Ministry of the Republic of Indonesia. Ali Taher urges the government to be more committed and distribute the social assistance on the right target for those affected by COVID-19, considering there are many complaints from the residents and neighborhood associates who only receive few social aids while there are many more residents in the area. This triggers negative judgments against neighborhood associate heads from the residents.
Kementerian Sosial Republik Indonesia, kita tambah anggarannya sekarang ini dari 62 triliun,7, sekarang kita tambah menjadi 110 triliun. Agar yang berhaklah yang mendapatkan bantuan itu di masyarakat sekaligus tepat sasaran.
Ali Taher, who is also a member of Supervisory Board of COVID-19 in the Parliament, calls the community to keep doing COVID-19 preventive efforts by maintaining personal and environmental hygiene. He invites the community to continue working together and praying to God so the COVID-19 pandemic could be resolved immediately.
Nah, oleh karena itu DPR Republik Indonesia bersama pemerintah meminta kepada masyarakat agar menerima musibah ini sebagai ujian dari Allah. Kemudian yang kedua, tetap bersabar. Ketiga, ikhlas menerimanya. Yang keempat, kita ikhtiar. Yang kelima, kita kembalikan tawakal pada Allah Subhanahu wa taala.
TVR Parliament Team report. Commission 2 of the House wants the simultaneous local election in 2020 to meet the principles of health protocols strictly to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Chairman of Commission 2 of the House, Ahmad Doli Kurnia Tanjung, says amidst the pandemic, the implementation of simultaneous local election will certainly be more complicated and a limited deadline. Commission 2 of the House, with its partner, want the procurement of goods for health protocols to be carried out by other parties, such as the COVID-19 Task Force, instead of the General Election Commission or Election Supervisory Board.
Karena memang pekerjaan dari penyelenggaranya sudah terlalu berat, ya, pengadaan kalau barang-barang itu lebih baik dilakukan bukan oleh KPU atau Bawaslu. Nah, KPU juga tadi mereka sangat gembira kalau misalnya ditunjuk pengadaan barang-barang yang berkaitan dengan protokol kesehatan itu dari gugus tugas misalnya.
Moreover, Ahmad Doli Konfis, Commission 2 of the House together with the Ministry of Finance, the Ministry of Home Affairs, as well as the COVID-19 Task Force, to discuss budget or goods addition and determine which party is designated if additions are given in the form of goods.
Misalnya penambahan itu yang bisa dalam bentuk anggaran, mana yang penambahan itu bisa disediakan dalam bentuk barang. Nah, kalau misalnya disepakati dalam bentuk barang, siapa yang menyediakannya? Nah, itu nanti yang akan kita bahas di rapat berikutnya.
Helmi, Tami, and Septia, TVR Parliament report.
And that rounds out today's edition of English Parliamentary News. On behalf of all the crew of TVR Parliament, we would like to thank you for your attention. We'll meet again in the next edition of English Parliamentary News. From me, Septia Chaniago, once again, thank you for watching and goodbye.